T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is JImmiPynk, and first, Archie and Veronica, now Cardi and Offset. Oh. Hey. It's Envy. Let me put you on speaker. Hey, yo, sis.
Good evening, everyone. So I guess you planning on doing the Riverdale review, huh?
Yeah, I'm just about to.
Well, did you look at the title of the episode?
Okay.
You know it's called The Man in Black, right?
Oh.
Now, the deal that we have is anything that has to do with black and white, twins, sisters, or doppelgangers.
Yeah. You right.
I know I'm right. Do your tongue pop and get the fuck off the screen.
So, thank you so much for joining me. For those of you guys that do not know, my name is Envy Adams, and I am JImmiPynk's evil twin sister. I'm here. I'm giving you Woman in Black, Black Queen, everything related to the episode Casino Night. This was my episode to review. And boy, do we have a lot to discuss. So, a couple of things I would like to discuss with you guys. First and foremost, and I have to get this out the way because Jimmy told me I had to. How did Reggie and Ethel both get more lines than Josie got all season, and for that matter, Tony? We are not amused. But what I will tell you is this. I greatly enjoyed the structure of this episode. Not gonna lie to you. See, the thing is a lot of times Riverdale jumps around. This time they didn't. We got Archie and Jughead, we got Veronica, and we got Betty, because at this particular time their storylines are all separate. So it was a great idea to separate the episode this way. Even though I missed all of my favorite characters. But let's get started. Archie Andrews. Will somebody get this boy some street training? Why is it that you run your mouth so fucking much? Why did you tell Lori and them who you was? I'm sorry, her name is Lori Lake. Now, Lori Lake is an actual character from the Archie comics, so is Tony Topaz. Everybody that they introduce as a character generally is usually an actual character that they pull from Archie comics. Now, Lori Lake has only been in like 9 issues overall, but it's a nice little nod to those of us that are familiar with the Archie comics. But they go to this farm, and I thought we just established that this game, and even the name of it, was an anagram of Riverdale, and it was only being played in Riverdale. So how all of a sudden is these people in this farm area playing this game? But they had Jingle Jangle, and they have Fizzle Rock. And you get the old wise lady, and everybody has disappeared out of town. And I'm sorry, I know that my sister has said that, and I know that all of you do not watch the things that my sister watched. But my sister turned me on to Ruby. Hey, 2 of the main characters are named after black and white. Of course, I love it. But we just had a ghost town storyline. Like I said, like even the ideas that are original anymore, these TV shows are starting to blend together to me. The wise old lady that's also in Ruby, telling the story of the town. all the men in this town went to go build this prison, and the man in black. Black suit, black car, and it's Hiram Lodge. Now, you know, my sister has a theory. And after this episode, I am inclined to believe her, and we actually got a little bit of proof of that. I'm going to share that theory with you right now before we even go through the rest of the episode. When the scene, and I understand we're on the Archie part, but I want to jump to the Veronica part for a moment. First of all, we have Veronica, very black and white this episode. Everything about that section was black and white. And with the episode being called The Man in Black, and for the other two series that Hiram was in, because Hiram was actually the through line through all of the stories today. The Man in Black, which is why I'm here. That seemed to be the only segment that truly focused on black. Everybody had on black. Veronica is the one with black hair. The other character with black hair is Reggie. Reggie was in the thing. I thoroughly enjoyed that because if you're familiar with the Archie comics, Reggie and Veronica was a thing. Like, they was tight. They were off and on dating, but they were real tight because they were both kind of a little smarmy. And we get that this episode, so I was here for it. Also, I was here for Reggie's black and white plaid pants. But when Hiram came to Veronica and ordered a black coffee, it was in Spanish, but a black coffee. That concern seemed genuine. Now, I know we're not supposed to trust Hiram. We don't trust Hiram. I believe that's a red herring. Because at that point in time, when he spoke to Veronica and said, this is what's going on, and then after Veronica cheated the system, we got the backstory of how Hiram set her up to win. Honey, Hiram had genuine fear in his heart for his daughter. That was not a side of Hiram that we see. And shout outs to Mark Consuelos for the acting, because he portrayed that beautifully. I saw a side of Hiram I have not seen. Now we have this farm town that everybody is gone and in this prison or whatever, but Lori Lake and her little sister Gracie. Gracie, you the real MVP of the episode. That little girl was so about it with that motherfucking shotgun, and she was ready to shoot to kill, and she gave 0 fucks. And I loved that. But the thing is Hiram was the through line through everything in this episode, and I think that's a red herring. It's too early to make it that obvious that he would be the Gargoyle King. I really do. So the girl feeds Archie some eggs because Archie spills all his goddamn guts. Meanwhile, Jughead is doing what Jughead do, getting this Hardy boy on out there. Glad we're showing that he is still a photographer. I'm glad that you guys are not forgetting character traits that the characters are supposed to have. And he's out there. He runs into some girls playing G&G. It's Gargoyle King paintings. There's all kind of stuff. And then he puts that 2 and 2 together when they talk about the man in black and building prisons. That is Hiram. Gets to Archie in the nick of time because Lori Lake was about to get that ass up. And you know why she was about to get that ass up? Because Archie was about to give that ass up. You just started making out with the girl and, oh, it's somebody at home because of her father. I don't mean to lie to you. My name is Archie Andrews, and the person that's after me is named Hiram Lodge. And then y'all have the audacity to wonder, well, how do they know who Hiram is? Wasn't it pretty much established canon, especially because Veronica is in the fake Forbes 20 under 20, that Hiram Lodge is like a successful businessman. His prison trial and stuff was national news. They were from New York. So isn't he kind of like a certain degree of famous? But in any case, Archie dumbass, I want to fight. Jughead talks him into it. I want to say this too, because my sister never says it, but I'll say it in my review. KJ Apa is doing a great job playing Archie Andrews. It's not him. It's what the writers are giving him to do. I despise Archie. He's just, for somebody that was fucking a teacher, you are so goddamn gullible and so innocent and so devoid of common sense. It doesn't make any sense. And why do you feel the need to tell every piece of pussy that comes in your face your whole life story? Please stop doing that, Riverdale writers, please. But the main thing we found out about the Archie storyline is that they are heading to my neck of the woods, Northeast Ohio, Akron, and next week we will be getting Mama Jones, Gladys, I believe her name is Gladys Jones, and Jelly Bean. So that's nice. But I want to get back to this Veronica storyline because to me that was something that stand out, and then also the Betty part was stand out. The Veronica part because we got Hermione. Manetti has apparently been dead, decapitated, and his hands cut off. Veronica is like, I'm leaving. She goes to move into Pops, which you fucking own it. Why haven't you been done that? I've been said that. Like, why is you still operating knowing your father is right there? But this episode, I felt differently about Hiram. Even though they franked him all episode long to be the big bad, I am more convinced than ever. I am more convinced than ever that he is a pawn. And if you're going to bring this whole Gargoyle King bullshit canon, he been a pawn ever since. Not all ever since. When he went to prison and stuff, oh, he did that. And maybe even buying up this South Side wasn't his plan. But once he got it, yeah, I think he's a pawn just like everybody else. I just think that he's ascended in the game to a higher level than other people. And part of the reason probably why he's doing so well is because he is that ruthless and he is a mobster. But they keep him around. Because if he wasn't, he would have never made... I'm getting off G&G shit because I want to get into the Betty storyline. Because this is what confirms my sister's Claudius Blossom, or at least Clifford Blossom is still alive, or Claudius Blossom is Clifford Blossom, or anything, but it's got something to do with them blossoms. My sister is obsessed with color. Clearly I am not. But she's brought me over and made some excellent points. Not only has red always been associated with the Blossom family as far as this show, but red has also always been associated with danger in the show. So when Betty is doing her thing, going through the thing, which I love, Betty, this delusional bitch. Like, I was here for Betty's inner monologue. I was here for Betty's inner monologue, even though it didn't feel very Betty to me. It felt more Betty playing Alice. But I'll take it every day of the week. My sister has mentioned in season 2 with Polly about the Sisters of Quiet Mercy and the red sweaters that they make them wear, and how red is always a sign of danger, but it's also always a sign of the blossoms. Now, the Fizzle Rocks were red. We saw Claudius Blossom bringing the drugs into the place. And when they drug up Betty, make her take the Fizzle Rocks and take her to the Gargoyle King. We didn't see the Gargoyle King, but what in the light red? Now, I may be the evil twin, and may not always agree with my sister. But after this one, I seen the light. The red light, if you will. Now y'all tell me my sister is crazy. We got had some stuff here. It wasn't a lot to go over, like I said. The main thing about it was the episode was called The Man in Black. I do like that everything was separated per the character situations because their situations are not intertwined, and the only thing that intertwined them in this particular case was Hiram, who is the Man in Black. But it's literally a red herring because the bad guy in this series, we've already had the Black Hood. They're not going to make another black bad guy. Shit, apparently the way this episode went, they're not going to have another black anything. Where's Tony and where's Josie? Like, seriously. So, those are my theories. Those are my thoughts on the episode. I did think it was a really interesting episode. It just was not a lot of plot development this episode. Oh, we got Pops. Pops also had more lines than Josie's had all season. Don't become your father, Veronica. She is her father's child. It's inevitable. But at the end of the day, she is definitely her father's child because I believe that Hiram is not all bad. I do feel like he is being manipulated. I do feel like he is being pushed to the forefront, like he is the figurehead when he is not the one pulling any strings at all. And I believe the person that's pulling the strings is a Blossom. I'm saying Claudius because y'all brought him back. What you bring him back for if y'all not going to do nothing with him? This is the first time we've seen him since last season. If it's not Claudius Blossom, then Claudius Blossom is really Clifford Blossom, and it's Clifford Blossom. And if it's not Clifford Blossom, then it's Penelope Blossom. But it's somebody in that Blossom household. I'm still sticking with Claudius, though. I ride with my sister on that one. So I thank all of you for joining me for this week's review, rant, theory, convention, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, of Riverdale. My sister will kill me if I do not thank her Patreon patrons, the people that donate to her PayPal, as well as the people that donate to her live streams. Thank you to all of you guys for continuing to support the channel. For those of you guys that are not doing that, you can do that, and everything starts, especially Patreon, at only $1 a month. And next year we're going to work on just some Patreon-only content. So you may see me over there as well. Also, if you would like to donate any money or buy merch or CDs, that's down below in the description. But while you're down there in that description, like, subscribe, comment, share. Definitely comment. Jimmi lives for the comments. She'll get back with you. I will not. But I thank all of you for joining me. And Jimmi really would like to know your thoughts. Can't believe this bitch actually tried to get this one over on me. But next week is the mid-season finale. Jimmi will definitely be here for that. I gotta get the fuck up out of here.